Number 10. Virginia, the defense dynamo. Virginia, often called the mother of presidents, is more than just a historical state. With a GDP of $759 billion, Virginia's economy is driven by its role as America's defense and technology hub. The state is home to the Pentagon, the nerve center of the U.S. Department of Defense, employing over 26,000 people. It also hosts numerous naval bases along the Chesapeake Bay and the CIA headquarters in Langley. Together, these institutions make Virginia indispensable to the nation's security. Interesting insight. Northern Virginia is also the world's data capital. Around 70% of global internet traffic flows through its data centers. So, if you've streamed a show, uploaded a file, or even swiped on a dating app, there's a good chance it passed through Virginia first. But Virginia isn't all business and no play. Its natural beauty, like the Blue Ridge Mountains and Shenandoah Valley, attracts millions of tourists each year, contributing billions to its economy. Visitors come for the scenic views, the hiking trails, and the chance to immerse themselves in the state's rich history at sites like Colonial Williamsburg and Mount Vernon. Virginia shows us that a state can balance its past, present, and future to remain a critical player in America's economy. Number 9. Michigan, the industrial innovator. Michigan has long been synonymous with the automobile industry, and for good reason. Known as the Motor City, Detroit is home to the big three automakers: Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. Together they've revolutionized transportation not just in America but around the world. But Michigan's contributions go beyond cars. During World War II, its factories became the arsenal of democracy, churning out tanks, planes, and other military equipment at a staggering rate. That same spirit of innovation is alive today, as Michigan continues to lead in advanced manufacturing and renewable energy. Fun fact: Michigan's Great Lakes aren't just pretty to look at, they're a vital economic resource. These lakes hold 20% of the world's fresh surface water, supporting industries like shipping, tourism, and agriculture. They're also a major reason why Michigan is a top producer of cherries, blueberries, and apples. Despite facing economic challenges in recent decades, Michigan has shown resilience, adapting its industries and investing in technology to remain a cornerstone of America's economy. Number 8. Georgia, the sweetheart of the South. Georgia is a state of contrasts, blending southern charm with economic might. Its $877 billion GDP is powered by a mix of agriculture, corporate giants, and a booming entertainment industry. Atlanta, the state's bustling capital, is home to Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, and CNN, making it a hub for business and media. One of Georgia's biggest assets is its transportation network. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world, handling over 100 million passengers annually. This isn't just a convenience for travelers, it's a lifeline for businesses, connecting Georgia to global markets. Did you know? Georgia produces more peanuts and pecans than any other state. So whether you're munching on peanut butter or enjoying pecan pie, you've got Georgia to thank. Georgia's contributions don't stop there. The state's film industry, often called Hollywood of the South, has become a major economic driver. Blockbuster movies and hit TV shows are filmed here, creating jobs and bringing millions of dollars into the state. With its diverse industries and rich cultural heritage, Georgia proves that southern states can punch well above their weight on the national stage. Ohio might not have the glitz and glamour of some other states, but don't let that fool you. With a GDP of $922 billion, Ohio is a manufacturing powerhouse and a vital part of the nation's economy. The state produces everything from car parts to aerospace components, supplying industries across the globe. But Ohio's strengths go beyond manufacturing. Its location near Lake Erie gives it access to vital waterways, which are crucial for trade and agriculture. The state is also investing heavily in renewable energy, with wind farms and solar projects popping up across its landscape. Fun fact: Ohio is home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, celebrating the music that has shaped American culture. It's also the birthplace of aviation pioneers Wilbur and Orville Wright, proving that Ohio knows how to soar, both literally and economically. Ohio's ability to modernize its economy while staying true to its industrial roots makes it a key player in America's success story. Pennsylvania's nickname, the Keystone State, is well-earned. With a GDP of $1.17 trillion, it's a state that has been central to America's story from the very beginning. Philadelphia was the birthplace of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, and today, it remains a cultural and economic hub. Steel built Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania built America. Pittsburgh, once the steel capital of the world, provided the materials that constructed skyscrapers, bridges, and railroads across the nation. Today, the city has reinvented itself as a center for technology and robotics, showing that even old industries can adapt to the future. Did you know? Pennsylvania is the pretzel capital of the United States, producing 80% of the nation's supply. It's also the largest producer of mushrooms, contributing to the state's thriving agricultural economy. From the farmlands of Amish country to the innovation hubs of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is a state that seamlessly blends tradition and progress, making it a cornerstone of America's prosperity. With these 5 states already proving their worth, you can see how vital they are to America's economic. This place is so sun-soaked it could bottle its own vitamin D and sell it at a premium. With a GDP pushing $1.6 trillion, Florida isn't just a lazy hammock on a tropical beach. It's a high-powered engine churning out cash faster than alligators can blink. Everyone knows about the roller coasters and cartoon characters roaming Orlando's theme parks, but that's just the opening act of a long-running prosperity show. Tourism is the megastar here. Tens of millions of visitors flood in every year, lining up for rides, snapping selfies with life-size movie mascots, and guzzling tropical drinks as if hydration itself had a Hollywood agent. The magic wand of tourism sprinkles billions of dollars across hotels, restaurants, gift shops, and attractions that range from space-age rocket launches to mermaid shows so kitschy they're practically cultural treasures. But let's not get it twisted, this state isn't a one-trick pony, it's a heavyweight in agriculture too. Think about that glass of OJ in the morning. Chances are those sweet, tangy oranges started their journey under Florida's warm skies. And it's not just citrus. The state's fields pump out sugarcane, tomatoes, and all sorts of crops that feed not only America but hungry mouths around the world. When you look up, there's another gold mine, the aerospace industry. Cape Canaveral has launched legendary space missions, and today private companies send rockets skyward in a spectacle that blends carnival flair with high-stakes engineering. Astronauts, scientists, and even tech billionaires are all rubbing shoulders here, proving Florida can go toe-to-toe with Silicon Valley when it comes to imagining what's next. To seal the deal, Florida's ports, like Miami's, are gateways that keep the lifeblood of trade circulating. Cargo ships, cruise liners, and yachts carrying very important guests all glide through, creating a never-ending swirl of global commerce. It's like a backstage pass to international markets, making sure the money flows both ways. And if all that wasn't enough, consider the sheer magnetism this place has for newcomers. Retirees migrate here in droves, bringing life savings and appetites for beachfront brunches. Snowbirds escape northern winters, sprinkling their seasonal dollars like confetti. Add a booming real estate market, a growing financial sector, and tech ventures that are starting to sink roots in the sand, and you've got a state that can hustle in more ways than one. In the end, Florida's economy is a multi-layered feast. There's the glitz and glitter of theme parks, the down-to-earth productivity of farmlands, the stargazing brilliance of rocket labs, and the steady drumbeat of international trade. It's a hotbed of reinvention, showcasing that a place famous for sunshine and sandcastles can also flex the kind of economic muscle that's impossible to ignore. New York is more than just a state. It's a global force with a staggering $2.2 trillion GDP that rivals entire nations. At the core of its economy is Wall Street, home to the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. These institutions drive trillions of dollars in global markets, making New York the financial capital of the world. Beneath the Federal Reserve Bank in Manhattan lies the world's largest gold repository, storing nearly 497,000 gold bars worth over $240 billion. It's not just a financial hub, it's a literal treasure trove of wealth. Quirky fact, the NYSE started in 1792 under a buttonwood tree with just 24 brokers. Today, it's the largest stock exchange in the world. And in 1928, trading was once interrupted by a flock of pigeons, leading to the installation of bird screens, a reminder that even global powerhouses aren't immune to nature. Beyond finance, New York is the cultural heartbeat of America. Broadway contributes over $15 billion annually, supporting more than 97,000 jobs across costume design, stage production, and hospitality. Times Square, the crossroads of the world, attracts over 50 million visitors a year, blending entertainment with economic power. Even the pizza industry in New York plays a surprising role, generating over $1 billion annually. Upstate New York showcases the state's versatility. The Finger Lakes region is renowned for wine production, while New York's apple orchards make it the second largest apple producer in the U.S. And while the state is famous for its urban landscapes, nearly 23% of its land is farmland, contributing billions to its agricultural economy. Fun fact: despite its urban reputation, New York also leads in dairy farming, producing enough milk to rank third nationwide, most of which goes into crafting its world-famous New York-style cheesecake. New York isn't just a financial and cultural icon, it's a state of constant reinvention. From the heights of Wall Street's skyscrapers to the depths of its underground gold vaults, New York blends history, innovation, and resilience. Whether it's shaping global markets, feeding America, or dazzling audiences, New York proves it's the Empire State in every sense of the word. When it comes to Texas, the phrase "everything's bigger in Texas" isn't just a cliché, it's a fact. With a GDP of $2.6 trillion, Texas has an economy larger than that of many entire countries, including Russia and South Korea. The Lone Star State is a powerhouse fueled by energy, innovation, and agriculture. Let's start with what Texas is best known for: energy. The state leads the nation in both oil and natural gas production, with vast reserves found in the Permian Basin and the Eagle Ford Shale. Texas produces over 40% of America's crude oil and roughly a quarter of its natural gas. The state's economy is further bolstered by its massive refining capacity, with Houston housing some of the largest oil refineries in the world. But Texas isn't just riding on fossil fuels, it's charging forward with renewable energy. The state is the top producer of wind power in the United States, generating more electricity from wind than any other state. It's also making significant strides in solar energy, with sunny skies and vast open spaces making it an ideal location for solar farms. Quirky fact: Texas's renewable energy capacity is so high that on particularly windy days, the state's wind turbines alone can power more than half of its electricity needs. Texas is also a tech hub. Austin, often dubbed Silicon Hills, has become a magnet for tech companies, startups, and entrepreneurs. Giants like Tesla, Dell, and Oracle have set up shop in the area, making it one of the fastest-growing technology regions in the country. This boom has also attracted talent from across the U.S., transforming Austin into a city of innovation and creativity. Then there's agriculture. Texas is the leading producer of beef cattle in the U.S., with its iconic ranches supplying steaks, burgers, and briskets to tables nationwide. The state also dominates in cotton production and is a major grower of wheat, corn, and pecans. Fun fact: Texas has over 248,000 farms, the most of any state, covering more than 126 million acres. That's an area larger than the entire state of New Mexico. Texas's ports are another major contributor to its economic success. The Port of Houston is the busiest in the U.S. by tonnage, handling goods like petroleum, chemicals, and machinery. Its strategic location along the Gulf of Mexico makes it a key hub for international trade. And let's not forget Texas's legendary cultural identity. From its booming music scene in Austin to the rodeos in Fort Worth, Texas celebrates its traditions with pride. High school football alone is an economic and cultural phenomenon, drawing crowds of tens of thousands to stadiums that rival professional arenas. What it all means? Texas's economy is diverse, resilient, and growing at an impressive rate. Its ability to lead in traditional industries like energy and agriculture, while pioneering new frontiers in technology and renewable energy, makes it a state that not only thrives but also shapes the future of America. California's economy is so massive that if it were its own country, it would rank as the 5th largest in the world, surpassing countries like the United Kingdom and India. With a GDP of $4.08 trillion, California isn't just a state, it's a global economic titan. Its diverse industries, from technology to agriculture, make it the powerhouse of the United States, the tech capital of the world. Silicon Valley, the beating heart of California's tech industry, houses some of the world's largest companies, including Apple, Google, and Tesla. This region alone generates hundreds of billions in revenue annually, shaping how the world communicates, shops, and innovates. Fun fact: the iPhone, arguably one of the most influential devices of the 21st century, was designed in Cupertino, California. The state's tech output is so significant that California accounts for nearly half of all venture capital investment in the U.S. Hollywood. The entertainment giant California isn't just about tech, it's the global epicenter of entertainment. Hollywood produces more movies and television shows than anywhere else, generating over $60 billion annually. It's also responsible for exporting American culture worldwide, with blockbusters and TV series becoming household names across the globe. Quirky fact: the iconic Hollywood sign wasn't always meant to represent the entertainment industry. It originally read Hollywoodland and was an advertisement for a real estate development in 1923. Agriculture feeding the nation. California's agricultural industry is another cornerstone of its economy. The state produces over a third of the vegetables and 2/3 of the fruits and nuts grown in the U.S. Its almond industry alone is worth $5 billion annually, with the majority of the world's almonds coming from California's Central Valley. Fun fact: California produces 80% of the world's almonds, and it takes a gallon of water to grow a single almond, highlighting the state's complex relationship with water usage. Natural beauty and tourism. California's natural beauty is a huge draw for tourism, contributing over $140 billion annually to the state's economy. From Yosemite National Park to the beaches of Malibu and the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, millions of visitors flock to the Golden State every year. Even Disneyland, the happiest place on Earth, alone generates an estimated $8 billion annually for the state. Weird fact: the Golden Gate Bridge's signature color, international orange, wasn't chosen for aesthetics, but to ensure visibility in the Bay Area's frequent fog. The ports that keep the nation moving. California's ports are critical to America's trade and supply chain. The ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach handle nearly 40% of the nation's imported goods, making California a vital gateway to the global economy. What it all means: California's economy thrives on diversity. Tech, entertainment, agriculture, tourism, and trade all contribute to its incredible GDP. It's a state of superlatives: the largest, the most innovative, the most visited, and the most influential. Whether you're holding a smartphone, watching a blockbuster, or enjoying fresh produce, chances are California played a role in your experience. And there you have it, the top 10 states fueling America's economic powerhouse. If your state made the list, it's time to show some pride. What's your favorite thing about living in one of these standout places? Is there a local gem, an industry we missed, or a fun fact that makes your state even more remarkable? Drop a comment and let us know why your home deserves the spotlight. At Let's Explore, we love diving into the stories that make every destination unique, and your insights might even shape where we take our journey next. So let's keep exploring together.